What's up, guys? My name is Beace. You are watching Hip Hop DE, and I have the extreme honor to interview a Diamond Awarded, 2 times Grammy nominated artist and songwriter from New York City, Bebe Rexha. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you got the grills on.
Yeah, sapphire.
Nice. So happy release day, first of all, because today you dropped Sabotage. Are you happy? Do you having a nice day beside all the interviews? Can you enjoy the release a little bit?
I'm really excited because Sabotage is like one of my favorite songs on the album. And I think that for me, the most important thing is releasing songs that are, like honest and true to my fans and like to my story. So I feel like Sabotage is definitely one of those songs on the album. So to me, like a song like Sabotage, whether it does well or not well or whatever the hell, however you want to judge it, I don't care because I just feel like the song is so like personal to me and I love it so much that I'm just happy that it's out, if that makes sense.
It's a hard project. It comes from the heart, so yeah.
Yeah.
The numbers don't matter at the end. But your numbers are good. I mean,
they're good. I think that, I think for me though, like when I put out something that I really, really love, that I'm like, as a single, like I love my whole album, but when I put the songs out that I really love, like I feel really strong about, then it, to me, the numbers are great. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel more like at peace, whether it does good or not, if that makes sense. Because I love it. It's good for my soul.
And it's an amazing video. So it's directed by Christian Breslauer. He did the Sacrifice video as well, right? So you guys.
Yeah, I actually found Christian. Yeah, I actually found Christian because I really love the Roddy Ricch. I wanted to take a different. Yeah, I wanted to take a different approach on a music director for this cycle. I wanted to do something a little bit outside the box, no pun intended. But I wanted to get a hip hop director, like somebody who did more hip hop based videos and like something a little bit darker and not so obviously like shiny. And I really love what he did with the box. I thought it was really amazing. So yeah, I asked him to do my videos. So he is doing about 4 videos so far on this project.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to work with some people you like, working on multiple projects with some people, so you know each other and you know what you like can expect and what you want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You just say that you're looking for a hip hop director who's doing like hip hop videos, and that's like the thing with you. You're not like genre specific, so you're like more pop based, but also hip hop affine. And I'm thinking you grew up in New York City, which is of course the birthplace of hip hop. So how did hip hop influence you in your like childhood, in like your first steps in doing music? What were they like?
Wow, I mean, hip hop was a very big part of my influence. And because I grew up in New York City and we were always, like listening to the radio, and it was just such a big, hip hop was such a big thing. It was like hip hop and dance music. Like it was those two. Like when I was growing up, it was freestyle and hip hop. So for me, it was interesting because in New York City, that's where all like the hip hop artists kind of were before they all came to like Los Angeles. I think it was LA and New York, East and West. So when I was first starting out and I was writing, there wasn't like, when you're starting out in New York, like at the time that I was starting out, like you didn't just like be like a random, like you couldn't just be a random like pop artist and just find a pop producer and be like, hey, let's write a song. Like the only thing that was available in New York City at the time was hip hop producers. So I wanted to take a different approach. And I said, I would really love if I could just collaborate with these hip hop producers, and instead of like working with like a pop producer, like work with the hip hop guys and maybe add elements of pop to it. So like when we did the Monster, Frequency at the time was the producer of the Monster, the Eminem song. I went in for my own project and I wanted to try something different. That's why I went in with Frequency, and I was like, I want to try a hip hop producer, and he didn't really do anything pop at the time. And Alias, who's just like this amazing piano player, more classical player. So we met up in, I would go to Harlem every day from Staten Island. I was born in Brooklyn and raised in Staten Island, and I would go to Harlem every single day. It would take about an hour and 45 minutes. And we worked at a studio on 125th Street on 125th. And yeah, we would just like write these songs and just vibe out. But I was working with him. I was working with damn, I can't believe I forgot his name, this one producer. But I was working with the producer who was doing a lot of like the Ludacris stuff. And he was like messing with some of the Drake stuff back in the day, like early on. I was working with a lot of hip hop producers, and I was also working with this hip hop producer from France. And then another hip hop producer in Connecticut who was just from the US. So there was like 4 guys that I was working with, and they were all hip hop producers, all.
Cool. You just mentioned that you like have pop influence in hip hop projects and hip hop influence and pop projects. I can see the same thing with like rock and hip hop, because we have like a lot of guitar samples, and people like MGK, Juice WRLD are like mixing those genres, opening old boundaries. So how do you notice the change? I mean, like the change between like, these genres?
I think it's interesting. I think hip hop is like kind of, you know, right now the number one, you know, it's like the main genre that's like winning right now. I think it's a bit harder for pop artists, you know. It's like and I think that hip hop has definitely changed throughout the years. You know, it started out like having its own sound, and it would be very influenced by where you came from, whether it was like Atlanta or you know, in the United States, like on the West Coast, it had a certain vibe to it, or the East Coast had a certain vibe to it. And then as hip hop went on, like at a certain point, I remember there being like there was you know, when Nicki Minaj did Starships, like it like hip hop became kind of pop in a sense where they made it dance, because dance was really hot for a minute, and you had Nicki doing songs with Guetta, and it was like, you know, with dance music. And now I feel like we are kind of bringing back like emo rock mixed with like hip hop, like that's the new vibe. And then now the girls are having their moment and coming with like these like really in your face records that are more like kind of bringing back the, you know, like the like true hip hop, not true hip hop, but like fun hip hop for girls, which I feel like you've had females do that, women do that, but now it's like you're having it's a way bigger wave of females, which is cool. Yeah,
it's like more strong, more independent. Like
so like in pop music, I think what's interesting right now is like, what I really love is like, I have a song on the album with Ty Dolla and Trevor Daniel, but like I went into the studio and I said, oh hey, like I think I want to do a song that's like Nirvana, like a very low guitar sample, and then I want to add more of like a hip hop beat to it. I don't want it to be like an obvious pop song, and it's just like really, it was really cool. And it was like, so I love having moments like that, because I really enjoy it. And this is like the guitar part. Look.
Yeah.
Wait, so, oh, sorry. But like, so it's really cool. So there's like the album is really like, it's very eclectic, but like I definitely like, you know, when you listen to like Sacrifice, that is like stands on its own. It's like a dance record, but that was the last second song. The album really started as like based on like guitars, and to me it was like, I love everything Post Malone was doing, everything all the guys were doing, and I was like, oh, there's no female like really doing like guitar bass with like hip hop drums. So that's where I wanted to start. I wanted to go more like that world meets with like 21 Pilots, but still have like, you know, vulnerability, because for a female it's really important to have vulnerability, because when you come off too hard, people kind of like get like turned off by a little bit, which is kind of messed up. But you know, with Baby I'm Jealous and Sacrifice, I feel like they weren't like, I love those songs and I stand behind them 100%. They're my babies. But I feel like there are so many songs on the album that people you know, like single wise, I feel like what it came out differently, because I feel like there's songs that people are gonna be like, oh, like I was not expecting this, you know.
I had the chance to listen to the album, so the album will come out at May 7th, 13 songs, right?
Have you listened to it yet?
Yeah, I have listened to it.
What are your favorites? What are your like?
Yeah, let's jump in, because to me, you know, I'm a huge hip hop fan, so Die for a Man with Lil Uzi. I'm a Lil Uzi fan.
Yeah.
Awesome. And yeah, My Dear Love, you already said it with Ty and Trevor. You already worked with Ty on your EP on Bad Bitch,
Yeah.
right? Or your Fold EP?
Yeah,
Bad Bitch?
I love Ty. Like every time I get into the studio with Ty, it's just like it's just a vibe, you know. Like it's just like feel good. It just works out. It's natural. Um, he always brings it. He's so incredible. Like musically, like the stuff he brings, like the melodies. You never know what's gonna come out of his mouth. And I feel like Ty is very underrated. Like I think that people
Yes.
don't know what an incredible songwriter is. They have no idea how much he's probably ghost written on a lot of stuff and written
Yeah.
for your favorite artists. I think that he is honestly an incredible musician, and I love working with him. And Bad Bitch was one of my, like, I think like the one song also fans get really mad about, that they're like, I can't believe that was not a single. Like, how is that not a single? But you know, I think it was like, yeah, I think that my team at the time was kind of scared and like, you know, I don't think people are going to want this from,
I
you
heard
know.
you saying in the interview that it's like an anthem for the girls.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool. So did the work between you and Ty change between those tracks? So are you like now more? Like,
I honestly, like, what do you mean by that? Explain
like
to
did
me.
it improve? Did your work improve? Did it like went even faster than the first time, or did you guys like took different?
Honestly, he just comes to the studio, he smokes it up, we're chilling, we're vibing, LA vibes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're just chilling, like you know, we're just like vibing in the studio. That's like one thing I love about being a songwriter is like I'm not like, people don't know, like I'm not just walking in the room and being like, hello, like what happens, or like sending emails. Like that happens sometimes, but this was like pre-corona, and like like it's just a vibe. Like I go in there with like I go with the rappers and I vibe with them. Like I know how it works. I've been there before. I started in New York. Like I know how the energy is. It's more of like a vibe. Like it's not like, you know, pop sessions are like you go in from like 1 to like 8 or like 10 latest. Like hip hop sessions is like you show up and you're just vibing for like the first 3-4 hours. Like it's no stress. You order food, you chill, have a drink, and then like, you know, it's like whenever something kind of comes, it comes, and that's like that's fun. It's really fun.
Do you got like a funny story from the recording process of the album, like one
I have a
explicit?
story. Yeah. I have a lot of stories. I have a story with I have a story actually with this producer and songwriter Brian Lee, who did a lot of the stuff with Post Malone.
Okay.
He did like Hollywood's Bleeding. He did Good at Goodbyes. A lot. He's an incredible musician. We did 2 songs off the album, one of them being My Dear Love. And when I was in the studio with him the first day, he was being a little crazy. Like, I don't know, like he was telling me like, you got to do this, you got to do that, this, that. And I looked at him and I said, no, like I'm not that girl. Like I'm not like your regular pop chick. Like you're not gonna, like that's not how it's gonna go. Because he's very like, not in a mean way, like he's just like really like kind of like me, like he's like, I want to do it like this. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. Like you're not, like I was like, you're not telling me what to do, or you're not talking to me like that, or I'm leaving. And he was like, like, you know, kind of like being like, I don't know, he's just crazy. Like, so I literally walked out of the studio. I said, I ain't doing this. Like, I'm leaving. And I just walked out the studio. And then he ran behind me. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, he's like, please don't leave. He's like, I want to really make some dope shit with you. Like, I'm just vibing. He's like, the only other time somebody left from the studio is Gaga. He's like, and she told me to like, shut up or something like that. And because he's crazy, but he's a genius. Yeah. And then that day we did My Dear Love together. We were vibing. We did My Dear Love.
So at the end, it worked out.
And then we finished it in London, and then we flew to London. He was being crazy again, and we did this song called Mama. And yeah, like I love him so much. He's such an incredible musician, but he's crazy. Yeah.
But good for you that you like stand for yourself.
Also another really quick story. I was in the studio with G-Eazy. I heard I Mean It, and it was on Spotify. And I have actually, like, there's a lot of artists right now that have gotten signed, that even got Grammy nominated, that I wanted to sign like 2, 3, 4 years ago. But I was going through a rough patch with my management, and I was trying to sign a lot of, like, a big country girl right now, like the #1 country girl here, like a new girl, like in the United States, big. This other girl, or Nika, I don't know how to say her name, or I forgot how to say, I call her Nika. She got nominated for Best New Artist. I was really interested in them, and I still think they're incredible, but I was trying to sign them at a certain point, and I was trying to sign artists, but I was going through a really, like, a lot of people don't like, no, I don't speak about stuff, and I couldn't explain to them because that's not like a good look, you know, but I was going through a really rough time with my team. And I was not in a good headspace, and I kind of let those girls fall through my fingers, and I really regret it because they're so amazing. But like, yeah, so I found G-Eazy on Spotify, and he at the time had just like I Mean It. That was like his most popping song, you know, if you ever sounds good,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
I
a
mean
huge
it.
G-Eazy fan. Like,
Yeah, so like I love that song. So I said to I said to like 3 people on my team, I told my manager at the time, I was like, I want to get in with G-Eazy. Like they couldn't do it. Then I tried to tell my publisher, he couldn't make it happen. Then I went to lunch with one of my friends in the industry, my A&R now. And I was like, I really want to write with G-Eazy. He's like, he's in the studio with my guy right now. You want to go right now? I was like, no, I'll go tomorrow. So I went to the studio with G-Eazy, and we were trying to get an idea, trying to vibe out. We couldn't really get anything. So he left the room, and I was in the studio with Michael Keenan, the producer. And I was like, yo, can I just play something that we did like a month ago, 2 months ago, that I wrote? That was like, that's a dance record. But I took the dance part out. I just put it on piano, and I think it's a hit, but like, I can't figure it out. So I played it Me, Myself, and I. And then G came in the room, and I played it for him. And he looked at me, he said, tell me right now, this is my record. I said, sure, it's your record, like whatever. And yeah, like that's how that happened. It was crazy. I left, like I just like kind of guided the production, but I left them with the vocals and the track. I bounced, and then I got the song like 3 days later. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy.
And it's awesome to see how these people involved later on, right? Because for me, I went to the first G-Eazy concert in my hometown, and there were like 40 people. Like years after, he's such a huge star, so it's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the album, because one thing I really find like interesting, and then we can change like the topic and build on it, is that in the Baby I'm Jealous video, you say a quote like, sometimes I'm so over social media, and it's like the whole the whole text is about like social media and like how you love to eat food, but you hate that people are judging it and stuff. So I really find it interesting with you that you like always teach self-love and like
keep it real.
Yeah. So
just because like I feel like a lot of like the body standards, a lot of things that we see is not real. It's all filtered. A lot of people in the industry are getting their bodies done. There's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever makes you happy. You feel me? Yeah. But I feel like at a certain point, a lot of things start becoming very unrealistic. You know, and when you see a lot of these models or these people, they're getting a little bit of lipo, they're getting their faces done, they're using filters, they have Photoshop, and that, you know, it's okay. We all use filters, and it comes at your own discrepancy, like whatever you want, right? But like, I think after a while, it starts becoming like really like just too much. Like it's too much. Like, you know, I'm like looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, fuck, I want to eat pizza. I want to do these things, but I work out, but I still have a little stomach. I have this, I have that. And then you're like looking at these photos, and they're like so highly Photoshopped. And listen, like I love to Photoshop my photos too. Like I do it, like, but I tell them like, don't go so hard. You know what I mean? Like we want to make, like, if we're going to put it on a billboard, like go do whatever you have to do. But I don't want to look like a completely different person. You feel me? Like I want to look like me, keep my ass, keep my thighs, keep my, you know what I mean? So like, I think it's really important to like, it's hard though. Cause like, also as an artist and as a female, I also feel stressed. So I'm like, I really want to just be myself purely all the time. But then I'm like, I feel like, what if people don't like that? So it's like kind of this push and pull, and it's really draining. And even for guys too, it's like, you know, you see like these perfect like bodies, these, you know, like it's just too much, and it's just too fake. It's just very stressful. And for me, it's like, sometimes I love social media. I'll post when I'm in the mood, when I'm feeling good. But I try to stay away from the comments, like on Twitter and stuff like that, because it's just become like a very hateful, toxic place where people like just sit behind their computers and say some bullshit. Yeah. And that's why I try so hard to focus on the positive stuff, but it's so easy to get caught up on the negative, you know? So that's why I have like this love-hate relationship, because I feel like because like I feel like on internet, I feel like it can make me closer to my fans. But then like I hate reading the negative shit, you know?
Yeah. But beside like you giving advices for your like your fans, you are reacting to your fans' videos and you posting stuff on your gram and reposting stuff from your fans.
Yeah.
And beside like giving them advices in like the industry way and in the music way, you you give those topic of self-love and this like give the young people.
I just feel like in a world like today, we're so good at giving other people compliments, like, oh, you look so good, you look so good, but we don't know how to give ourselves compliments. Like we are never taught how to love ourselves and show ourselves love. I mean, at least I wasn't. You feel me?
Yeah. Sure.
By the way, we have like the same kind of vibe going on with our necklaces. Look.
Got like
cute.
Just like a Jesus piece.
Oh, cute. Oh, I thought it was a lock, like this. I can't. I thought it looked, but I think it's important for me to teach my fans or like help them learn how to love themselves, because that's something I'm learning to do every day.
You just asked me what's my favorite song, because I don't think we have enough time to stretch it out a little bit, even though I would love to talk with you even more and I have a lot of questions written down. But Mama was probably my favorite track, and I tell you why, because it gave me some Queen vibes.
Yeah.
What
I mean, like that was honest. I'm gonna be honest. Like obviously Mama, like, we love Queen, me and Brian, like we were really inspired, but like he called me, Brian, yet again. We did My Dear Love together. He's crazy. I think I called him for his birthday and it was like 6 a.m, but like he doesn't sleep. Like he like will sleep at like fall asleep at like 1 or 2. So like I called him, I was like, yo, Brian, happy birthday. But I wake up early, like 6, 7 in the morning. I wake up early. I'm an early bird. So like I called him and I was like, Brian, happy birthday. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it's like my birthday. He's like, you want to write? And I was like, fuck, let's write. Like, let's go. You want to go to the studio at 7 a.m? He's like, yeah, let's go. So we met at the studio at 7 a.m. and we like wrote this song, legit, him and I. And he was like, Mama. And we started writing it. And I was like, bro, this is amazing, but I have a feeling we're going to have a problem with Queen. So we sent it over to Queen and we're like, damn, we're about to get like shut down, because if they shut that down and they don't approve it, you can't use that.
Yeah,
like
sure.
you just can't. You'll get sued, but they approved it.
Dope.
And that never happened, supposedly. Like they took publishing, but that never happens.
But that's a huge compliment from Queen to you.
Yeah, I was shook. I was legit shook. I was like, wow.
Okay. Let's do some quick questions to the end, okay?
Yeah.
How's Bear doing?
Bear? Oh, she's good.
Bear,
she's good. She's good. Bear's sleeping right now. She's relaxing. She's much better. She's healthy. She's good. She's happy.
Cool. Say hi.
I will.
Last time you've been to Albania?
A year and a half ago, or December. So like a year and a half ago, for the earthquake.
And after Corona, probably the first thing you will do. Last time you had fresh tomato, onion, pepper salad?
Wow. I haven't had that for a second. Like maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or less. I don't know, 2 weeks.
Do you have a new band shirt in your collection?
A band chart?
A band shirt, like a vintage band shirt.
Oh, a band shirt. Yeah, I got a Dr. Dre shirt. I got a vintage Dr. Dre shirt, and I got a vintage vinyl, The Chronic, signed by Dre.
Damn.
I spent $2,000 on it. Sean, can you grab it? My vintage The Chronic.
But you see, I saw the Vogue video, so I know there's gonna be some questions. Okay, that's super dope. Damn.
Crazy, right?
That's worth 2,000. Last song you listened to today, your own?
Yeah, I've been reviewing a lot of like videos and stuff like that because I shot a video. But the last song I listened to was Break My Heart Myself with Travis Barker, because we just shot a music video for it. So sick, like him on the drums, crazy, and he's
bro. On the album as well, right?
Incredible. Like he played live in the video. Like I was blown away.
Did you listen to No Dope this week?
Yeah, I have. Like 1,000,000 times.
Last account you followed on IG?
Last account I followed on IG. Let me see. Last account I followed on IG.
And
let me see.
Last Disney film you watched while you were looking for the account?
Let me see. Last person I followed, Achumum the cat. This cat, he's so cute. I'm weird. And last Disney movie I watched was probably the Soul one. It's like a new one. Something about the soul, the jazz player or something like that. I don't remember the name. Sorry.
Yeah. But I know which one you mean. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's on like Soul. It's called Soul.
Yeah, Soul. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's called Soul.
Do we still have like a minute? Because then.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see if you know your feature guest, right? Okay. So I got some questions about them.
Right.
Which instrument did Lil Uzi played in high school? Guitar, drums, or trumpet?
Drums.
Trumpet.
He played trumpet like me?
Yeah, like you. That's why I find it so interesting. Maybe you guys should do a collab.
No, what?
I mean, it's like
I'm hitting him up now. I'm texting him about that. I'm gonna message.
I saw it on the internet, so I hope it's right? Okay, then what was his first job? Like his first and only job ever? Was he?
Honestly, I have no idea. Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. I'll get.
I got like 3 answers. So, stock boy for a grocery store, selling popcorn at a cinema, or was he a newspaper guy?
Popcorn?
Nice, stock boy for a grocery store, but only like 4 days. Then he quit, and then his mama threw him out of the house. So he went to his grandma.
Crazy. I'm sorry, I'm hitting him right now. It's funny.
No worries.
Go ahead.
When did Rick Ross got his first tattoo? 13, 15, or 17?
15?
13.
Jeez, I suck.
Ty released the Paranoid video 7 years ago. So how many views does it have on YouTube? Almost 20, almost 60, or almost 90?
60?
Got it right.
One.
When did Pink Sweats release Honesty? On January 9th, on the 19th of January, 17th of December, or 18th of July? Oh, no, sorry. It's like January 19th, December 17, or July 18. January 19, December 17, July 18. Or we just do like 2018.
December.
It's July 18. No worries. Yeah, okay. You got one right. It's cool. And it's like hard questions, so all good. Perfect. All right, guys. Enjoy your day. And
thank you.
Yeah. All the best for the album. Bye-bye.